Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Back at EGL Central here. I'm joined by another guest. It's Mr. Benny Central. They were just talking about YouTubers and competing, and obviously you're here now. How are you finding LAN?
Yeah, we kind of got some abuse like when we were coming in to like compete, and like everyone was like, "Oh, we're gonna get knocked out first round." Like Dave especially was like, "No, we've got no chance in hell." And like we've kind of surprised ourselves. We came into it like our goal was to win a map, and we won the first series. Like it was a really close game. We got 3-2.
Okay.
And then we won the second series really well, and we're like, I think we've got another series in about like half an hour or so.
So a long day, a long day.
Long day, yeah. No, that's the thing. We all sat there. Normally we just like hop on our setups and then like kind of like just get the gameplays and do the commentaries and stuff. But it's like mentally straining. You just sat there now, just going like, what the hell is going on?
So do you have a lot of respect for these professional players who do this? You know, it's an all-weekend thing. What do you think about them who have to do this every single weekend when they come to events?
It's the thing. They always go on about like how it's about like esports and like sports itself. It's mentally straining. It's like anything that you do to a really high level, it's mentally straining, and it's that what makes a big difference. Like when you see like players like Jerd and everyone just it's insane. Like and they focus completely. Like we'll go on a mess around for like 20 minutes and just like pull out snipers and just mess around and have a laugh if we're doing badly. These guys can't do that, and that's what we're learning then. Like you get so intense and so into it. Like I can see everyone's like getting really, really pumped and like really enjoying it. Like compared to like when you're just like online, just playing public matches, it's not as like fun, if that makes sense. You kind of like, right, you enjoy it, but it's not like you don't get that rush that you get from doing the competitive things where you know they can actually shoot back.
Interesting, interesting. So you know, thinking about it, you know, you were talking about going back to home and you know and playing at home in that home environment, and now you're coming to LAN, obviously a completely different setup, completely different room, monitor, everything, you know, it's all entirely different. I know you guys have been swagged out, so to speak. That's probably a horrible term. By Mad Catz helping you out. You're still wearing the top now. They've definitely helped you out and stuff, but has that been like a real dramatic difference for you guys? How have you like coped with that difference? Because you know there's going to be a lot of people at home who haven't come to LAN before and haven't competed. This is your first LAN, so you know, tell them what to expect.
It's quite a big difference. Like normally at home you're like really comfortable, you got your nice chair, we've got kind of the plastic ones which are not the most comfortable to sit on.
No.
But you kind of get into it a bit. Like it's weird to get used to at first, but once you get into it, it's still just the same thing. It's a screen mode, so it's like why most YouTubers and stuff always play on monitors now. It's like instead of big TVs, you can actually see what's going on, and it's kind of like roughly the same when you're actually into the game. It's just getting set up and everything is kind of like a hassle. But we're kind of getting used to that because we go to all the Activision events for like DLC capture and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
And we bring our kit, so it's sort of the same thing for us in that sense. But it's still a big difference.
Oh, I'm sure. I can imagine. You know, I've never played on LAN. I've never played at one of these tournaments. I think it's definitely going to be something to put onto my list to try and do something a bit different, not cast an event and just try and do something.
The hard bit is when they're screaming at you, going like, "Go back to YouTube" and stuff
like that. Oh, really?
Yeah.
So have you had that? How do you deal with that? Because you know, there's a lot of trash talk. You just ignored, and you got on with it.
Like I think Mike was getting the worst of it though. It was like,
"Oh, really?"
Like that. It was just like, and we were just like finding it quite funny. But it was good fun.
Good. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. It seems like it's a good event to come to and stuff, you know. And I know you guys haven't had much preparation, so why don't you tell everybody about that? Because obviously you've progressed. You've won both of the series you've played so far, and it's not like you've really been doing too much scrimmaging, have you?
No. In Somnus, well, Joe didn't actually have the game for 3 months, and he went out and got it so we could actually do some practice. We're like, actually, we do need to play, and I think we got 8 games, like 8 maps, like against one team in practice in like since we knew we were going to the event. And it was like we've never played together as a team, and we came here and we were like, yeah, that's it. Our goal is just to win a map. Like we were thinking, Search and Destroy is going to be our best hope because you can fluke some wins.
Okay.
Like you can player can go off and win you a few rounds. That was our hope, and then we won the first 2 series, and we're just like, what is going on?
It's just suddenly happened out of nowhere. And I mean, you know, we're not advising people at home to do that. Don't just suddenly get a random squad out of nowhere and just practice for 8 games and come. Obviously, you need to come to these events prepared. And again, you know, we were talking about the respect that we have for the teams coming to these events for the weekend and having the mental preparation. But obviously, they do a lot of preparation at home and stuff. And you guys do a lot of preparation. You know, you do a lot of work to your YouTube channels, which is slightly different to them. But, you know, I think everybody at home has to have a lot of respect for the different sides of it, the side with the LAN competitors and the competitive side of it, and then also you YouTubers at home. So has it been a real difference for you trying to fit in that time to scrim?
Yeah, no, because all the YouTube and stuff have to put a lot of time into editing the videos, getting it uploaded, and doing all that sort of stuff. off, but while the competitive players have the time to do the scrim. So we
Yeah.
may get like, say, 2 hours, 3 hours of playtime in a day, but then we'll have to spend 2 or 3 hours editing, putting it all together,
sure.
doing commentaries, rendering it up, uploading. Like, I've got one of the worst internet connections going. Like, when I'm uploading,
Yeah.
I cannot do anything. If I can't look on the internet, I can't do anything. It's just like, there's the upload, that's it. I now can't do anything for like an hour or 2 hours on my internet. So it's like...
Interesting. Well, there we go. YouTubers can play competitive. This guy and the rest of his team has proved it, so make sure that you check him out. Where can we check you out?
Benny Central on YouTube, and then at Benny Central on Twitter as well. So.
Brilliant. Well, make sure you go and give him a follow and subscribe to his YouTube as well. I know he does a lot of great content, but that's going to be it from us here at EGL Central. Back over to the casters, which is Bryce.